everyone, Indy here with Train Like You Fight, and this week we are taking a look at the Steiner MPS. And the Steiner MPS is kind of just Steiner's version of the trendy mailbox optic. And I definitely think these enclosed optics are pretty good. I actually use this as a primary sight on my AK. If you guys watch my AK video, you'll see that I have this guy mounted to the top of it, and it's been a good optic for the most part. I will say that I did end up having an issue pretty early on with my first Steiner MPS. This is my second one. The very first one I had, I was actually just at the range, and I noticed I needed to adjust my zero, and when I went to mess with the windage turret just popped right out of it, and it didn't like fly out, but it was protruding out of the side of the optic. And the turret, you could literally freely move it. There were no clicks or anything. I couldn't get it to go back in. So I contacted Steiner, and they were very quick to send me out a brand new one. And this one has given me no issues at all. So I'm not going to count that against them. Sometimes things make it through quality control. Steiner usually is known for good quality control. So I think they've obviously made up for it with how quickly they got me a brand new one out. Now, besides that, the glass clarity of this optic is great. I think it's much better than like a Trijicon RMR, and that's why I use this as a rifle optic. The really small dot, along with the good glass clarity, just makes for a good rifle optic if you're trying to find a very lightweight rifle optic. Now, I will say I probably am not the person to go to when it comes to talking about absolute durability, because this is meant to go on pistols. And obviously this thing's going to take much more of a beating on a pistol than it will on a rifle, just due to the reciprocation of a pistol slide. But like I said, it's been good on my rifle. The only issue I had was that windage turret popping out, and really my only other issue with the Steiner MPS is the back glass right here. So my issue isn't really with the glass itself, it's where they have it placed. So the glass is perfectly flush with the rear of the optic housing, and the issue with that is that, especially being on a rifle, when I have the rifle slung and it's just kind of hanging around my waist, I have actually put a couple of light scratches in the glass, and that could easily be remedied if they just would have recessed that glass just a little bit into the body to prevent literally anything that touches the back here can potentially scratch it. And it really just doesn't make a lot of sense, because the front glass on here is recessed like most optics are, but for some reason the rear glass is not. I mean, maybe that's a very intentional thing that I'm just not aware of, but that is one complaint that I have, is that I wish that was more recessed so you don't have that issue of where pretty much anything can bump that glass. And the little base that I have this on for my AK, this is the American Defense Manufacturing QD mount for the Aimpoint Acro P2. The Steiner MPS and the P2 both use the same footprint, so this will work for both of them. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is the titanium one, so it's a little bit lighter than the original one, and it works very, very well. And just overall, it's a very good optic. I am, for the most part, very impressed with it. I think it's probably one of the ugliest optics out there, but besides the weird aesthetics of it, it's a very functional optic, and I do recommend it. Even with a couple of the small issues that I have had with it, it's just been a really solid optic. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about the Steiner MPS, just drop them down in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and remember to train like you fight.